A whites-only community could be coming to Missouri in 2025, and yes, you are hearing me correctly. An actual group called Return to the Land is trying to build a segregated whites-only town near Springfield, Missouri. And this isn't parody, and this is not satire. This is happening in America right now. The founder says that they want to return to their roots. But come on, guys, let's be real. This isn't about heritage. This is about hate. This is about building a safe space for white supremacy under the guise of community. And what's even more disturbing, these people feel so fucking emboldened these days that they're not even hiding it anymore. They're openly promoting racial segregation like it's normal, like this country didn't literally fight an actual civil war to end this bullshit.
Is this real? This can't be real, right? He said they got whites only signs in Missouri. And they openly expressing racism. I never thought we'd be at this place in 2025 for real. So this is actually pretty amazing. And does this guy have on red fingernails? I'm trying to see because I happen to notice his hands flashing. I'm like, what, dude? Why you got red fingernails, man? I hear what you're saying, but come on, are you distracting me? Red fingernails is kind of weird for a man to be red fingernails. Anyway, let's continue.
This is what happens when politicians feed the lie that diversity is the problem. This is what happens when you have people in power pushing the idea that America was better when it was whiter. They want to isolate, they want to indoctrinate, they want to raise their kids in a world where no one challenges their racism, their ignorance, or their twisted version of history. So, here's the question. How in the hell are we letting this happen in broad daylight? Where are the zoning boards? Where are the civil rights investigations? And where is the national outrage? Because if they succeed here, this won't be the last. It'll literally be the blueprint. We are watching the normalization of white nationalism one community at a time. And if you're not disturbed by that, you're either racist yourself or you're just not paying attention.
This is amazing. This is amazing, but this is the country we live in. And I hate to say it, you know, I'm really not surprised because from what I've been seeing, I don't know if y'all saw my last video, but I talked about a debate that took place, and it was one progressive versus 20 far right conservatives. And to say the least, man, a lot of racist people are talking. They are coming out. They are talking that talk. They don't care. They're not scared no more. And I just wonder what type of place this country is truly going to. People often make content referring to they want to take us back to slavery. I always brushed it off as you probably thinking too much into it. You know, I never believed that it was possible. But when I look at this kind of stuff, signs that say whites only in Missouri, you already have places that are 80%, 90% all white. It's just amazing that you feel you got to put signs out to say whites only. See, my thing is this. I don't care about people having the desire to want to have their own communities. You know, I think Black people, we talk about it oftentimes. We had Tulsa, we talk about Chinatown, different parts of town people have that they run. Where I live at, I know an area where there's a lot of Brazilians in a certain area. So people build their little communities in certain places. I get that. And I think that's fine. I think that's totally fine. I think the reason why they lose me is because when you say whites only, so in other words, you're saying that other people can't enter into the area. That's the biggest problem I have. I'm cool with you wanting to have your own little section where y'all kind of have y'all little people, as long as you're inviting other people in. But when you have a law, or when you're trying to put stuff in place to where you're not letting other people of another color enter the area, that's what you call racism. And white people have a lot of money, a lot of power. They have a lot of resources to enforce the type of racism, to do this type of thing, to where they're taking away from people's rights in certain areas, you know. And I think that can be problematic big time, you know. And as Black people, you know, Umar Johnson and other people, they talk about Black schools, talk about Black neighborhoods, Black areas. If Black people can have our Black communities, our Black schools, Tulsa and things like that, if we're trying to build these Black spaces and things like that, I think we also have to be open and have to be all right with white people doing it. We have to be all right with Asian people doing it, which we already are. We have to be all right with anybody else choosing to build their own environment or community where they run everything. Again, I don't think that's the issue for a lot of us black people. Most black people, that's the way it's been going anyway for all this time. White people have been running things. The issue is that you're literally denying other people entry when you say whites only. And that's a form of hatred. That's a form of segregation. That's discrimination. That's racism at its finest, you know? But I just wonder why if this stuff hasn't made the major news. Why is it not on CNN? Why is it not being investigated by the people who are in charge of making sure these type of things don't happen and that we're not going backwards? And the reason why I think it is because the Donald Trump administration breeds the type of people that make this thing okay, that makes this type of stuff okay. It breeds the type of people that gives people the support to feel that they can go out and do these things and there won't be no repercussions. And as long as we're moving in a place like that, I think we're moving to a dangerous place. We're moving towards division and not coming together. We're moving towards hatred and not love. We're moving towards separation and not collaboration. And I think that's bad for the society. That's bad for the community. And it won't do anybody no good. So, you know, Donald Trump, I think how he's ran his administration, the things he's said, the things that he's done, things he's supported, these people are oftentimes MAGA people. And I think the people that mean well, that don't want the extreme from every situation, that are MAGA or that are right wing and stuff like that. But I think a vast majority of people have these racist, these discriminatory type of views, and they want nothing more but to divide and separate from the foreigners, the Mexicans, the blacks, any other race, and they want it to all be one race, their own race, whether it be white or whatever, whether it be Asian. They want their own communities, you know. And I think you know, it's a problem. It's a problem. It's going to be a problem, and I just hope that, man, somehow, some way, we can come together and get a better understanding on how to exist amongst each other as people, at least in separatism. We don't have to necessarily be hand in hand, but just respect each other's spaces, and it will be okay. You know, if we can all get along, will be great though. But I think there'll always be your extremists on both sides, your racists on both sides, your people who just want to antagonize and push hatred on both sides. That's going to be there regardless, you know. But I think right now, man, what should happen is I think black people, white people, all people who are against racism, racist practices, discriminatory practices, who are against these type of hateful ideologies, when they see this type of thing, to challenge it. If you're a white person and you're not a racist person, call it out. Walk up to the store, you know what I mean? Let them know I don't approve of this, or don't buy from the store. You know, we don't have to do nothing stupid and get ourselves in trouble. We don't have to cause violence. We don't have to, you know, assault anybody. We don't have to risk our own freedom and go to jail for somebody else's ignorance. But we can handle it in a respectful way, in a strategic way, and do it lawfully, you know, whether it be just, you know, getting a lawyer, trying to find out what charges can be put against this place, or just simply not patronizing any place that you're not wanted, you know. And I think that if that happens, we can weed out the people who have this type of hateful, you know, heart and want to only push hate and separation. Because I understand, man, listen, I'm going to be real. I'm going to have a real moment with y'all for a second. I think that as black people in this country, I understand that we get a bad rap because there's a lot of people who do a lot of shit. I'm going to just keep it real with you. Do a lot of stupid shit. There's a lot of our people who do a lot of stupid shit. And that's no way to cut it different than that. It's a lot of black people that do a lot of stupid shit. And I can understand why certain people don't want to be in certain environments, don't want to be around certain people who are ignorant, who are violent, who are seems unruly to some degree that makes people uncomfortable. I'm a black man and I don't even want to be in certain areas. I don't even want to be around a neighborhood full of all black people. And I'm sorry to say that, but that's the truth of that's the truth of the matter. We got to be real, right? We got to keep it real. I don't want to be in a neighborhood when I'm walking down the street and I see, all black people standing out on a corner, because a lot of times, oftentimes, it's trouble. It's problems. We're gonna have problems. Somebody looking to do something stupid, somebody looking to cause trouble. And there's always problems. It's different when I see a group of other people. It's different when I'm in a different neighborhood and these type of things, are not around me. I feel a little more comfortable. I feel a little bit more safe. And that's a black man I'm talking about this. So I can imagine being another race, going into a situation or neighborhood where you see a bunch of thugs or people hanging out that just kind of look like they're just up to no good. And they got people that look like they're up to no good in every race, okay? If I see a white skinhead dude with tattoos all on his face, it just, that look like he just got out of Alcatraz, yeah, I'm also feel very uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Me as a man, I'm not going to say afraid because I always got something with me. I can get you off me if I need to. And I can fight. So I'm all good with that. But just in general, your guards go up, your caution level is risen when you're in a certain type of environment. Let's just keep it real. But yeah, man, I think that this situation is very much something we need to monitor. We need to watch. Hopefully some people out there can gather around and figure something out, because I don't live in that area. I'm in Atlanta. My hometown is New Orleans. But in Missouri, whatever y'all got going on in Missouri, y'all better get it together, man. Y'all got to find out who are the officials, who is the neighborhood, anybody in the neighborhood that can gather up some people around, and y'all got to do something about this, because we cannot let hateful and racist people live in this type of way, pushing this type of a message. And not in 2025, we can't do it. So until next time, y'all, please like, subscribe to the video, comment, let me know what you think about the content, and holla at your boy Quay. Peace.